By request, let's dig into a CADD-Solis infusion pump. There we go. Specs. So, alright, take this bad boy apart. Gotta peel off the back sticker and see those tiny torque screws. They are a T7 Torx bit. Ooh. And then a T9 for these bottom two. And we should be able to peel this open. Pull that battery door. There we go. Battery door open. So just pull this apart. There is a gasket, because these are water resistant, not waterproof as the manual points out. Something's holding it together. Alright, so we got an IR port. There's a screw down there. I don't know if you can see, you probably can't see that. It's holding this board to the back. So you gotta take the front off, and that looks like I may have to pull this overlay off as well. But looks like that's definite. Two screws underneath that keypad. So pull those two T10s off, and then just be careful we don't rip that. I'm not even sure if Smith sells parts for this thing. So maybe you have to creak out a paddle to tear that. But once we get there, you can see down here. Put this arm down, you can pull it off. Just be, once again, careful. Don't tear that overlay. But now we get a little more access to the port that one of the MedWrenchers is looking for. Alright, there we are. So we're off. All this just falls open, easy peasy. Pull out this little, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. This little ribbon cable here. See in the front, just comes off this connector. And what we're doing is AC port. I guess I gotta take the LAN thing out. So let's see what else we can get off here to get access to that. Pull the next one. Boop. Try to remember where these things go. Let's see. That's 7. Smallest bit I got. Alright, so this one's at 5, T5. Never leave home without the good old Husky set. Okay. Get more screws. Oof, got more guts. Right. I really don't want you to take this apart, do they? I'm gonna pull these little rings off here. These nuts off here. Little bare needle nose. There's a port MedWrencher wants to know how to replace. Next up, there we go. Okay. Figuring how these are attached. there's our front. That's what that one is. Let's put this guy here so we can just remove the whole front so we don't damage it. There we go. Front panel removed. It's just this ribbon cable and this little DC connector. DC connector came off here, and ribbon cable came off here. Alright, so that's out of the way. Now, try not to destroy this display. I think that's just taped on. Okay. Okay. Another one. This is connected right here. This little guy, that's the display. It's gonna be hard to put on. Check that out. Oh, I just took the motor off. Oops. Okay. Alright, there's a display right there. Put that off the side. That is going to be a huge pain in the ass to put back on. There's one of our gaskets. So we get to that guy. Let's see, he just kind of wiggles. Alright, so you can just kind of wiggle that out. But it's just sticky. It is not coming out smoothly. Alright, there it is. It is out. Just took some careful pulling out, but this is what you're trying to replace. I mean, you can try and solder this in here, but that looks like a huge pain in the ass. So you just figure out how to take the rest of this apart. I'll just pry out down here. Looks like it mostly comes out. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Alright, definitely gotta disconnect this little green and white guy. See him right here behind the cap. Like that. Okay. So don't tear that. That goes to our on-off button. There we go. Now you're kind of out. Yep. Back to those connectors. Now, I don't want to pull off this one or this one right now because I don't want to mess with their seals. So ultimately, to replace this port, as we're talking, now that you've got the whole back out, I think we can just pull it off from the back. No, we can't. That is in there. You see in there. Get some more light for you. That is on the board. Nikes. So, there's it in between the laminate boards, so that's not coming off. You're going to have to solder this thing in place. I suggest you get a little solder man from Weller so you can hold some shit in place. But it looks like that is the only way to get access to that. So let's just pull off the rest of it. Fudge it. Actually, can we? Nope, I can't disconnect those from the board either. Schnikes. It's all twisty twist action. There we go. It's out. Looks like there is a gasket on each one of those. I stripped that. That's great. That's probably what's holding that. Now this guy feels like there's screws underneath this. One more overlay removal. There we can salvage some and bring them from the top. So you can't see now. There it is. Pour the shit out of it. Those look like 5s again. Check, check, yep. T5. And it is out. There's our back. And now you've got enough access. Once you find a replacement for this little connector, it's toughy. But you should be able to desolder and resolder it. That's the inside here, and how to disassemble your CADD-Solis infusion pump. Man, I really don't want you to take this thing apart. See all these connectors? I promise you that will be a pain in the ass to put back together. So, I ain't doing it.